One of the coolest stories I love, U2 is my favorite band. If I could come back as someone, if reincarnation was true, right? First order of business for me, I know I should say Jesus, but he's God, so that doesn't really work. But I'd be Bono. 1000% I want to be Bono. And I've been reading his new book, Surrender. If you haven't read it, go get it. Actually, don't go get the book. Get the audio book because Bono actually reads it to you. Warning, it is a 20-hour book. It literally is 20 hours. 40 songs that has shaped their life, their band, and all the stories behind it. I love the book so much, I'm literally listening to it again. So yes, in 1 year, I will spend 40 hours listening to Bono tell me U2 stories. But currently, favorite book I've ever read. And one of the coolest U2 stories for me dates back to right at the end of the 80s. In fact, it was December 30th, 1989. I've always loved this quote. I've always loved this moment. And so they're doing these shows in Ireland as a way to kind of end this tour, end the decade, end the year. And this on December 30th, so it's almost the end of this decade, right? At the in between a couple songs, this is what Bono says. He says, "This is just the end of something for you too. And that's why we're playing these concerts. And we're throwing a party for ourselves and for you. It's no big deal. It's just we have to go away and dream it all up again." They go into this next song, and then the 80s end. And if you know U2 history, they go away for a couple years. And the next album they come out with is Achtung Baby. Completely different sound, just complete. I mean, they change so much about U2 to that point. But it begins with something that propels them into an amazingly next level of success in the 90s. But that phrase, I've always been drawn to that phrase, right? Where he just says, we've got to go away and dream it all up again. And that might be right where you are. You think about a band like U2, right? Worldwide acclaim, millions of dollars, millions of albums, millions of fans. And they had kind of their sound, their thing. It would have been so easy for them to say, listen, don't screw with the recipe, right? Just get back in the studio, do what you've always done, and make it happen. But there was something in them telling them it's time to release the past. It's time to let it go, and it's time to go dream it up again. And that might be right where you are. And it's liminal space, may feel uncomfortable, but it's what you have to do. Because you have greater opportunity and success in your future, and you don't have to stay in the failure of your past or whatever it is. So if you're sitting right now in your life and you're looking around like we are here at the studio and you're like, man, it's kind of pieces. It's kind of strewn all over the place. Like, I don't really know where I'm going. That's okay. Maybe you just need to go away for a little bit and dream it up again.